Hello. Thank you again for tuning in and being present with me in this moment. I highly appreciate it and I always enjoy connecting with you. So, we're going to dive into today's topic. You know, I don't really care for a lot of small talk. I'm a pretty straightforward, straight shooter. So, typically, when I start these videos, we're going to get right into it. But I hope everyone is doing well, beyond well, actually. So let's dive into it. So today I'm going to be talking about distractions and how they are purpose killers. Okay. What I want to first start off by talking with you guys about, or sharing with you guys about, is so where I'm currently living at right now. It's a small town a little bit outside of Florida. I got the opportunity to move here in March of this year from the Atlanta area. I originally came here for a job, which I no longer work at. So to make a long story short, came down here for a job, started to feel complacent in that position. And so I ended up leaving there to go to another job, which only lasted for 3 semanas, or 3 weeks. And the crazy part is, when everything happened, as far as being released from the last 9 to 5 that I was at, I had so much peace, and I felt in my heart that this was the moment that I had been waiting for, the moment to really dive into the ideas that I have, the gifts that I have, the reason why, my purpose, and the reason why I feel like I am here on this earth. And part of Born for Purpose and this platform is part of it, amongst other things. But yeah, so when I got released from the job, I was already, I guess, set up in my mind and in my spirit and my heart that it's time. It's time to do something different. It's time to do something that I have never done before. It's time to fully dive into what it is that I have inside of me that needs to be released, and dive into what I'm fully capable of. So, yes, I am still earning a living, but the thing that I do, which is Shipt, it allows for me to make my own schedule and make the money when I want to make the money. So that's the awesome thing about what I am currently doing to earn income or earn a living. But anyways, it's been, like I said, since September, I believe. It's a little bit over a month, going on 2 months. So almost going on 2 months that I have been released from my job. And when I say that life has been so fulfilling since then, I feel like I have a sense of freedom in my spirit. I have a sense of freedom in my mind, and my creativity level is at an all-time high. And I'm able to really focus in and hone in on my gifts and my purpose. So it's been a amazing journey and ride for me. But going back to the topic at hand, which are distractions and purpose killers. For me, I feel like, let me rewind. I'm sorry. I'm jumping out. Let me rewind. So, moved here in March, right? Before I moved here, I was doing a countdown to start my own private chef business. Okay? That's what I was doing a countdown for. I had already got all of the, gather all the emails and things of that nature to be able to start sending out invites for this. That was going to be scheduled March 2nd, which is my birthday. I ended up moving down here March the 18th or 19th. and earlier in, like around March 7th or 8th, I had already found my apartment, okay? So I'm sitting here preparing and doing a live countdown. Like every day, I go to my little dry erase board, erase the number, put another number down. I'm counting down for one thing, but I felt like God had his own countdown for me that I didn't even know about. So I got the opportunity to move here, and I knew that before I moved here, I knew that this move was going to be bigger than my career, my culinary career. It was going to be a lot of personal growth that was going to happen while I was here. And God was going to be a huge instrument and factor in that. So, and I also felt like with me being down here by myself, not knowing anybody, a new place, that he was putting me in that atmosphere to really get me by myself so it could just be him and I. We could just be having a good old party every single night. But anyway, so that's that, okay? So I felt like he brought me here to pull me away from certain distractions that I had back home. So rewinding again to me coming down here for a job, feeling complacent, moving to another one. That one lasted for all of 3 weeks, and here I am now. So for me, I feel like those jobs were starting to become a distraction for me in regards to what it is that I'm really supposed to be doing and why I was put here on this earth and why God even has me down here. So that was like, I think, my first distraction, which is no longer present. But moving forward into, like I said, moving forward into distractions and how they can be purpose killers, okay? So I wrote a little bit about it in my post on Instagram today, but I'm going to dive a little deeper into it on the video. So the first one was, and these are things that I have done to remove distractions out of my life, and hopefully it can be of help to you. So the first thing is, I made a point a few years ago, maybe about two or 3 years ago. I made a point to start to follow a more minimalistic approach to life. And so what that means is you believe that less is more. You believe in living with the things that you really need more so than all the things that you want. And I emphasize all because we want a lot of things and everything is not necessary. And not to say that you can't indulge in some of your wants, but I don't believe that we need to indulge in as many wants as we do. But nonetheless, so a clean, minimal home atmosphere is something that I have been dedicated to for the last 2 to 3 years. So I made a point to go through my closet, go through my kitchen, go through almost my entire apartment at one point and start to clear out the excess things that I did not need. The things that have been sitting there for a while or the things that I had like 10 of. It's one of me. Why do I need 10 things? I don't know. It's the heart of the consumer, I guess. But nonetheless, so I made a point to have a more minimal approach to my home atmosphere. So because it's just me and I have company every now and again, I got rid of a lot of my dishes that I have, whole 35 set dish settings. It's not necessary for one person. It's just not. This is all coming from my personal opinion, okay? Even down to the amount of towels that I had in my apartment. It's just me. I don't need that many towels, okay? I use X amount of towels a week. You wash them and I start over again. I don't need 25 towels for just me. Even if I do have company over, I don't need 25 towels. So a lot of things I went through my apartment and I got rid of that was I didn't need and that I thought that were excess. Um, and I found that once I did that, I started to have a more clear mind. So when I walked into my apartment, I didn't feel as suffocated. I felt a lot more clear, a lot more free. Also, I feel like me having a more minimalistic approach to my living space also allowed for me to not have to spend so much time on the things in my space. So not to spend so much time cleaning up, not to spend so much time washing clothes, because I didn't have a lot of clothes to wash, to begin with, and sit there and fold to begin with. And even with cleaning, I got X amount of dishes. So even if I wanted the dishes, let's say, to pile up in the sink for the week, I only got a certain amount of dishes. So if I want to eat on something, they better be getting washed. So I just felt that the clearing out of my space and only having the things that I really need and some of the things that I want was more beneficial to my mind, and it just gave me a better energy. The other thing is, if I do buy something new, like for the house, I usually take out the old. So I did see some cute towels, okay, that I thought looked really nice. So I brought one new towel and I took out an old towel. Because I don't need to keep gathering more and more stuff into the house. It's just not that serious. And so another thing is the things that I do have in my house, I make sure that they are things that give me energy. Things that I just love and that I adore, that radiate energy. Not that I go look at it and say, why is that sitting here? I don't even need this. I need to throw this away one day. All those thoughts are unnecessary thoughts that fill your mind when you have unnecessary things in your home. Okay? So that's the first thing that I decided to do was clear out my home and have a more minimalistic approach and lifestyle in regards to my living space. The other thing is I started to surround myself with people of purpose. So I believe that, all the relationships that we have and that we stay connected to and that we nurture, they should be relationships that are benefiting each person, both people in their relationships, and it should be something that is of purpose. Okay, every connection that I choose to continue to connect with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis or whatever, I feel like those connections should have purpose. Now I'm not speaking about someone coming into your life or something and you're supposed to be of service to them or help them. I'm not talking about those circumstances. I'm talking about our relationships that we are choosing, okay? Which all relationships we choose, we have that power for all of them, but they should be serving some kind of purpose. Our friendship should be serving some kind of purpose. Our love relationships should be serving some kind of purpose. So for instance, the whole dating thing, right? So it dawned on me the other day. You know how you can ask a guy, what are you looking for? What's your intentions? What's your purpose? X, Y, and Z. So sometimes you have a guy that says, I would like a relationship, but it's not like totally necessary. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right? So I got to thinking about that whole thought process, right? And that comment is not really the most purpose-filled comment. It's kind of a I can take it or leave it comment. It really doesn't matter. There's almost really no purpose about that comment. So if you look at it and you think about the things in your life that you have had that thought process with, like, I kind of want it, but I really don't want it. Typically when I have those kind of thoughts, I literally don't care if it's if I get it or if I don't. So if you put that into the context of somebody telling you that, and you attach yourself and start to date somebody who is like, I don't really care if, I'm in a relationship or if I'm not in a relationship. I don't really care if you're in the picture or you're not in the picture. How much effort and energy are they really going to put into the relationship if that is the mindset that they came into the relationship with? And that goes with anything. That goes with you, with us maybe starting the gym. I really don't think I need to work out, but I guess I can. You're not going to be in there faithfully if that's the mindset that you put into it. If you really believe in your heart that, eating meat is not really nothing it's really nothing wrong with eating meat like that. I mean, I can eat it, a couple times out of the week. You're not really going to be a straight never eat meat again vegetarian, because in your mind it's like, oh, I can still eat meat, like it's not that bad. So when you come into situations halfway with halfway wavering mindsets, you're not going to put that full force 100%, 150% energy into it, because your mind is already like 25, 50%. So when it comes to relationships, I believe those relationships should have purpose to them. They should be serving a purpose, because if not, they're bringing unpurposeful things into your life. And they're creating unpurposeful situations and events, and it's just not necessary. So why attach yourself to something that is not necessary? So for me, I have made a point that, like I said, the relationships that I decide to be connected with and stay connected with, that they need to have some kind of purpose. Okay? Because otherwise, it's just not a purpose, and it's not really producing any kind of energy, and it's probably draining energy, if anything. And I don't have time for that either, because I'm all about purpose and living a life beyond existing. And I can't do that if I can't give the proper energy to that. Okay. The third thing, distractions, being fixated on a problem. Okay. And that also goes into being an overthinker. But being fixated on a problem can also be a distraction and a purpose killer, because your mind is so clouded, you're focusing on all the wrong things as opposed to all the right things. I realize that I have the power to create the atmosphere that I want to create. No, I do not have control over everything, and sometimes things happen that I do not want to happen, or I did not plan on happening. Okay? But although I cannot fix those things, I can do what I can do in my own human ability. I can do what I can do. And that's the only thing ultimately that I can really worry about. Also, being fixated on a problem, typically you're worried about the next 30 minutes, the next hour, the next week, the next month. You're worried about it. I'm not saying that I don't think about things, but to think about something, to create a plan, okay, and to wait until that time comes for that plan to be executed, versus worrying about it from the time you see a problem all the way until that plan is executed, okay? Which can, like I said, it can be a month, it can be a week, it can be months, or even a year. To worry about it all the way during that time, that is a purpose killer for real. All of your energy, all of your thought is being focused on that problem. You can't think about nothing else. That is a purpose killer. And I have just come to realize here, you can only do what you can do in your own human ability, okay? And I also have come to the realization that I have everything that I need to have in every moment that I live, okay? So if something cuckoo was going on, guess what? I know this looks crazy. This shouldn't be happening. However, I got everything that I need right now in this moment to handle, solve, deal with, and move on. I have this. In this moment, I have what I need, okay? God has given me what I need in this moment. If he didn't, I wouldn't be in it. Okay? And so I kind of got that concept from a book or audio book that I was reading called The Power of Now, which is a very great book. I can't remember the author, but it's a great book on living in the now and decreasing your anxiety level and your stress level and your worry level. But yeah, so you have the power to create your own atmosphere, okay? You are capable of everything that is happening to you in every one of your moments. That thought process is an attribute to having a abundant mindset, not a lack mindset. A lack mindset says, I can't handle this. I can't do this. Why is this happening? I'm about to die. I'm freaking out. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. An abundance mindset says, this looks crazy. This is crazy. But I have this. I have everything inside of me. I have been equipped with everything that I need to deal with and to not to just deal with, but to handle this moment. And I'm going to handle it. Okay? That is assuming power in your position and in your authority in that moment. Okay? And so that's another thing that I started to do so that I wasn't being fixated on my problems and ultimately being distracted from my purpose. So there are a lot of different things that can rob you of being focused on your purpose. And typically it's not directly a robbing of your purpose. It robs you of everything else. It robs you of all the other things that you need to be equipped to, to live in your purpose is ultimately how it goes. So things that rob your mind, things that rob your thoughts, things that rob your spirit, your emotions, your health, not eating correctly, not putting things into our body that's going to energize us, robs us of our necessary energy to be able to really, go in on our purpose. And one other thing that I forgot to mention was when I moved out of my apartment 2-3 years ago, I actually gave away my TV. Yes, I have a tablet. Obviously, I have a phone. And there are 2 shows in particular that I would, watch. And I don't even really watch those faithfully. I kind of get to them when I get to them. But that's MasterChef and Handmaid's Tale. Other than that, I don't watch any TV. I will catch the, like a Iyanla Vanzant, a YouTube video that she might post, or I might even catch Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk. But those are the things that I typically will watch. I'll watch a motivational video on YouTube or something that is going to feed my spirit, feed my thoughts, something that's going to really serve a purpose in my life and not just be a mindless activity. And my dad actually the other day was like, he was like, telling me about TVs and how, he wanted to give me a TV and things of that nature. I'm like, Dad, I really don't even need a TV. Like in my mind, first of all, when I moved down to where I am now, I have a beanbag, okay, that's sitting on the floor, obviously, and then I have a chair for my table, right? And if you can see, it's a good old one of them lawn chairs, okay? At this point in life, I need a table and a chair, okay? A chair to sit in and a table to eat in, or eat on and do work, okay? I'm not here for Better Homes edition a hundred special magazine. I'm not here for none of that. Okay. I need things that are going to serve a purpose at this point in life. I'm not worried about all the thrills and fanciness. That's not where I'm at in life. It's just not where I'm at. I need to serve a purpose. Okay. Not to be pretty, but I need to serve a purpose. So yeah, going back to my dad, he wanted to give me a TV. I'm like, Dad, I don't need a TV. I don't even want a couch at this point in life. Why? Because I don't plan on sitting on the couch. I don't plan on sitting on the couch like that. I can sit on the couch and do some work, but I also got a chair already that I can sit in and do work. So I don't plan on sitting on no couch. And I don't plan on sitting on the couch and sitting and watching TV from the time that I get home up until the time that I go to bed. I don't plan on doing that either. Because I have things to do that's bigger than me sitting and watching TV. I have purpose to fulfill. And with that, I can't really afford to sit and watch TV on the couch because I have purpose to fulfill. And that TV ultimately is a distraction. My personal opinion. So just to recap what I have talked about today, you know, I have let you in my world and told you, some of the distractions that I have rid myself some of the distractions I have rid myself of so that I can choose, you notice I use the word choose, to live a more purpose-driven life with as less distractions as possible. And some of those things that I implemented to my life was having a clear, minimal home and atmosphere. Okay, so eliminating everything out of my house that I really don't need is not serving a purpose. 2, making sure that I surround myself with people of purpose. Making sure that my daily, connections, my long-term connections are connections of purpose. Okay, they are serving a purpose not only for me but for that person as well. If they're not serving a purpose, what's the point? What are we really doing here? Okay. 3rd, I decided to free my mind of the worry and being fixated on problems and causing anxiety and stuff in my mind. I had to come up with a better mind, a better thought process that was going to be beneficial for what it is that I'm trying to do right now and be beneficial for my purpose. So I hope that me sharing some of the things that I have implemented in my own life will be of help to you. And it also encourages you to think about some of the distractions that you may have in your life that you need to be free of in order to focus on your purpose and to live beyond existing. Because why? You were born for purpose. All right, guys, until next time, I look forward to connecting with you again.